Hi, this is John Hoff. I'm going to try to do two movie reviews in one. The two movies are the recently released Joker, uh, part of the Batman story, but without Batman involved at all. It's just about the Joker. And the other movie was The Wolf of Wall Street, a Martin Scorsese movie that came out a few years ago and treated the uh, world of the stock market and the traders and the excesses of the 80s uh, amongst these Wall Street traders, starring DiCaprio. Uh, and let me just say that Joker is played by another one of our finest actors, and that's Joaquin Phoenix. I think I'll start with uh, Joker. I saw it in a theater. Just a few people were there, actually. It was on a weeknight. And I found it absorbing. I am not a general follower of Batman movies, although I know many regard them well. But this wasn't really a Batman movie, and it was really a character study of a really seriously mentally ill man who had a difficult and traumatic childhood and who is now a middle-aged man caring for his elderly mother, who turns out not even to be his mother, rendering his whole life a kind of joke. And it was a very dark movie and violent in places. I thought Jake, not Jake Gyllenhaal, uh, I thought Joaquin Phoenix really inhabited the role fully. He was the Joker, and that sounds trite, but he really did an Oscar-worthy performance. The most notable and memorable part of the movie is his maniacal laugh, which he seems not to be able to control. And there is a mystery as to whether this laugh is some kind of aberration, an affectation, or an authentic emotional expression. I recommend the movie highly. The other movie was a movie that, through the last several years, several of my friends and family members are very big fans of The Wolf of Wall Street, and they couldn't believe that I hadn't seen it. And they really pushed me to go see it, and finally it turned up on a television station, and I was able to watch it. And it was an interesting comparison uh, to the package that is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, in that we have DiCaprio in both movies, and we have the two sort of giants of the, we could say, Italian American directors, Martin Scorsese and Quentin Tarantino. And in the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, uh, DiCaprio, is sort of in every scene in the movie. He's a very um, big presence. I've always had a very nuanced um, view of DiCaprio's acting. this is not anything to do with him as a person. It's just his his art and his craft, and my sort of assessment of it based on now what's been like a quarter of a century. It's hard to believe. Remember him back as a teenager and What's Eating Gilbert Grape. But he always seemed to be a boy playing a man's part. I mean, there's a boyishness to his face, which makes it a little difficult for me to see him as a middle-aged middle-aged actor. The movie reminded me a lot of Mean Streets structurally, in the sense that it was about a young man's rise in his chosen field, which in Mean Streets would be organized crime for the Ray Liotta character, and in Wolf of Wall Street for DiCaprio, it's being a trader with questionable practices and making millions of dollars, perhaps illegally, or through bad practices. And they both, the two movies, share a pretty much always present narration by the lead character describing the adventures and the excitements and the over the top drug use and hiring of high priced call girls and having $1 million homes, and it's capturing that period in the 80s during the Reagan years when the economy was doing very well, and people were able to make tremendous fortunes on Wall Street. I really think that that's where I will end this little glimpse at two really different movies, but two excellent movies. I highly recommend The Wolf of Wall Street. And until next time, I'll talk to you all later.